All right, church family, happy Saturday afternoon. It is Saturday, April the 4th, about a quarter after 12, and we're going to try our third live stream tomorrow morning, 10:30. So last week we had some issues. It was actually not our fault, surprisingly. It was the internet service provider, somewhere between the internet service provider of Comcast and Xfinity and our live streaming host. We had some issues. So I know that many of you, in fact, I think most of the church could not watch the live stream last week. So we're trying up some new things for tomorrow, and this is all exploratory. This is all brave new territory for us. So give us some grace, and I'm putting this video together in hopes that it sort of gives you a chance to explore some of this a little bit before tomorrow morning. So in all my years of formal education, undergrad, 3 years of seminary, preparing me for the ministry and teaching me everything I need to know, and the last, going on 4 years working on a PhD, none of that prepared me for a pandemic where I would have to do everything virtually. So this has all been a learning curve. I know it has been for everybody, but specifically for church for me. So none of this is pretty, and it's all trial and error. But what you see on your screen is our webpage, the church webpage, abcbaytown.org. And you notice there's just a giant logo right on the front page. Half of it's the Facebook logo, half of it's the YouTube logo. Right under that, giant bold letters, you can't miss them. Click here to watch our YouTube channel, and right under that, click here for our Facebook page. So what we're going to try to do tomorrow morning is live stream like usual on our church website. So you can always go right up here is the live stream our Sunday service. You can always do that and watch. But we're also going to try to send it to Facebook Live and send it to YouTube. And so the YouTube channel is it's my channel that I put out the other church videos on. It's actually the channel that this video is on. But if you click where it says click here, it opens up a new window, and it's the YouTube channel. So you see this one says live now, watch this before tomorrow. That's what it would look like tomorrow if everything goes well. It's a live now link. As far as Facebook, click here for our Facebook page, click, and it opens up the church Facebook page. And if all goes well, from everything I can tell, that should be just automatically sending it to our Facebook Live. If not, I know that almost everybody in the church is on Facebook, the vast majority of people. And so it'll be on my page for sure if everything works out. And so everybody can share it. So we all have different circles of influence. You know people that no one else knows in the church. And so just share it on Facebook. Share the YouTube link. Share whatever works for you and whatever is easiest. And we're praying that tomorrow, each week is progressively better, incrementally better. So that's some heads up for you. If you scroll down like normal, there's the live stream link. But right under that is the song lyrics for tomorrow morning and the sermon guide. And the idea behind the sermon guide is that it gives you something to look at ahead of time, to follow along with during the sermon, and then to look at and meditate over afterwards. Can you hear this screaming? These are my kids. This is my life. Okay, so sorry if that's distracting. The door's shut and locked, but it still sounds like a tornado is coming up in here. But anyway, so for tomorrow, there's a whole section on what weaknesses do you struggle with, and just a list of things just to prompt some thoughts, to generate some prayerful considerations. And then 2 questions, a truth that we're going to look at in Scripture and a reflection. So I hope these sermon guides have been helpful for you. Again, the idea was for it not to just be a one-way thing, but it would give you the chance to reflect, to think, to pray together. So hopefully those are helpful. If you look over it ahead of time, it'd be a little helpful for you also, kind of do some prep work ahead of time. But those are the main things I wanted you to know. I'm praying tomorrow goes well. We don't have any major issues. I did want to share as a means of encouragement with you that our first go round of live streaming 2 weeks ago, we had 77 unique IP addresses tune in. Now that's computers, that's not people. So, you know, a good kind of average Sunday for us is about 75 people. That's human beings, kids, and, you know, bugs, everything in the building, about 75. So we had 77 the first Sunday, and that's, you know, we had 6 of those were at my house watching, you know, other large families, people with kids, you know, so, you know, that could have been 200 people or more, I don't know. Last week we had 130, I think 5 unique tune-ins, you know, so that's families, or that's at least unique computers. Some people are watching alone, but some people are watching in groups. And if we do have the problem tomorrow with the internet service provider again, last week it worked for some to use their cell data. So we have Verizon, so we just turned the Wi-Fi off on our phone and watched it through Verizon, and it was no problem. But all that's there. God's growing His kingdom and His influence. I'm encouraged by talking to many of you that, you know, you're still seeking God about how He might use you. And this is just one small way. Facebook, YouTube, all these things, it makes it easy for people to tune in, to sort of get a taste of our family while we can't physically meet. And who knows, you know, what God might do in His people and for His kingdom in this time. So it's a brave new world. We're all learning together. It's trial and error, so I appreciate your patience and your grace. But again, I'm praying that God will grow His kingdom. So if you know someone who had some issues tuning in, or you know, may not be so tech savvy, then maybe you can kind of help walk them through it. But hopefully this makes tomorrow more accessible. More people can tune in, and we'll keep adjusting week to week. But love you, praying for you, and can't wait to physically assemble with you again. All right, God bless you.